Hi guys, welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. You join me out on the Brabazon course today at the Belfry, and we're talking about an uneven lie in this video and how to deal with it, what we should try and do, what we should expect, and how to, deal with the situation as best we can. So I've got quite a severe downhill lie, so the ground is running away from me. I've only got a short distance here, I've only got about 100 yards to go, so it's not a long shot, but the lie is quite tricky, and we need to know how to deal with this situation so that when we do get faced this on the course, we can sort of make the most of it and hopefully escape with a par or at worst a bogey. I see golfers struggle from this kind of lie. We're going to go through why that is and put in some measures that we can do to help combat that. The first thing to note would be this ball's going to come out quite a bit lower than it would normally. So I've selected here, this is actually my 53-degree wedge. Now, because of how we're going to set ourselves up, which we'll come to in a moment, this ball is not going to come out of this lie like my 53 degree. It's going to come out a lot lower, maybe even 1 to 2 clubs lower, so more like a 9-iron. So we need to take that into account when we're figuring out the sort of trajectory. It's not going to land as softly as it would from a level lie, so we need to make sure we're landing the ball in an area where it's allowed to roll out. So for example, if this flag was cut just over a bunker, normally I could maybe get close to that with 53. From this lie we can't, so we have to maybe play left of the flag, right of the flag, or a little bit longer the flag. So understanding that the ball flights are going to go out a little bit lower. Now, there's one key I want you to adopt in your setup, and that is equal knee flex. So naturally, what we try and do is we try and find a nice balance point. So if I was to stand here naturally, the slope is absorbed by my right leg. So my right leg now has got significantly more flex than my left leg. What I want you to try and do is move down the slope until you have equal knee flex. Now, depending on how severe the slope is, you might find that you need to take a wider stance. So for example, if I take quite a narrow stance, I lean a little bit left and I feel like I'm going to fall over now. So I have to take a much wider stance, which allows me to lean to my left enough that I've now got equal knee flex. What that's going to mean is that my spine is about perpendicular to that slope. My shoulders are also going to be about level with that slope. What we tend to see golfers doing in this position here is adopting a setup which feels comfortable, which is absorbing the slope with their back leg. I feel very, very balanced now, but this is not the best way to play the shot. When I go into the correct starting position, which is here, equal knee flex, I've pretty much got all the way to my left leg. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to mirror the slope that I'm faced with. From here, I can now make a golf swing where my club is tracking down the slope, and that's absolutely vital to get in the right contact. You can now see why this ball is going to come out much, much lower, because as I get myself down that slope, I want my handle to be forward as well. So my 53-degree club is now turned into, as we said, maybe a pitching wedge, maybe a 9-iron, something along those lines. So that's the starting position. Ball position, I would tend to put middle, or if not a little bit further back. Certainly maybe a little bit more back than it would be for that normal club. So wherever club you're hitting, maybe just move it 1 to 2 balls back in the stance. That's going to help us get the better contact. Once we set ourselves up in that position, we are unfortunately not out of the woods yet. We need to understand what's going to happen in the golf swing. What I tend to see quite a lot is the shift of pressure in the golf swing is normally towards the target. If I set myself up with my weight fully on my left side and I move a little bit more to my left side, I feel like I'm going to fall forwards. What I want to do is actually go with that feeling. Don't be too concerned with it, and actually almost to the point where when I swing through, I'm going to sort of walk down the slope. Not intentionally, I'm just letting my natural movement of body take me down that slope. What we tend to see is even when we get people set up in this correct position, they'll make a backswing, they begin to move forward, they think they're going to fall over, they back up into what feels like a more balanced position. It is a more balanced position. Those golfers will probably hold their finish position nicer, but they won't strike the ball quite as well. So really, really key here, get yourself set up, and I would have a couple of almost full speed practice swings to get an idea of what's going to happen. That was a full speed golf swing. I felt myself fall down that slope. What that tells me is when I come to hit this golf ball, that's going to happen. When it does happen, it's not going to be a shock to my body. I'm not suddenly going to back up trying to find my balance point, and I'm not suddenly going to top that ball along the ground. So making a couple of full speed practice swings gives you a good indication of what's going to happen. So when you come to hit the shot, which we're going to do now, we're aware of it, we're not surprised by it, and we can get away from this situation with a decent result. So mirror the slope, make a swing, go with the slope. Okay, definitely came out a little bit lower, but it's actually on the middle of the green. I'd definitely take that from there. At least I've got a putt from there. So you saw I did those two things. I mirrored the slope, got my setup correct, and then as I swung, I went with the slope, didn't try and fight that balance point, and it gave me a decent result. So if we can understand what's going to happen to the ball, we can understand what we're going to do in setup, and we can understand how our swing is going to be different, we can deal with this situation not too bad. We're not going to be faced with it every single round of golf you play. You may well go 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds of golf without needing this shot, but when you do get in this situation, you need the artillery to be able to deal with it and get away with it and play some shots, hopefully like that, and make a par. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Please like it, please share it, post any comments down in the box below, and if you haven't done already, please subscribe to my channel. These videos are free, subscription is free, so I would encourage everyone to do it. You'll get first access to these videos, and hopefully next time you get out there you might play a bit better golf. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon.